I want you to imagine a security system. You have cameras watching your front door. You have sensors on your windows. You think you are safe because you can see everything coming. But in October 2017, humanity's security system failed. We have telescopes scanning the sky 24/7 to track asteroids. But on October 19th, the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii spotted something that shouldn't have been there. It wasn't orbiting the sun. It was moving too fast. It was coming from above the plane of the solar system, diving down towards us like a hawk. It zipped past the sun, flew past Earth, and then shot back out into the darkness before we could even get a good look at it. It was the first interstellar object ever detected in human history. We named it Oumuamua. It is a Hawaiian word that means scout. And the more scientists looked at the data, the more terrified they became. Because Oumuamua didn't act like a rock. It acted like a machine. Let's look at the shape. Asteroids are usually round or like potatoes. But Oumuamua was weird. As it tumbled through space, its brightness changed by a factor of 10 every 8 hours. This implies it had an extreme shape. It was either very flat, like a pancake, or very long and thin, like a cigar. Calculations suggest it was about 400 meters long, but only 40 meters wide. Nature doesn't usually make space rocks that look like giant cigars. But we have seen that shape before. In science fiction, it is the perfect shape for a spaceship designed to minimize friction from interstellar gas. But the shape isn't the smoking gun. The movement is. This is the part that keeps astronomers awake at night. As Oumuamua passed the sun and started to leave the solar system, it should have slowed down. The sun's gravity should have pulled it back. But it didn't slow down. It accelerated. It pushed away from the sun faster than gravity allowed. Now, comets do this. When a comet gets close to the sun, ice melts, gas shoots out, and it acts like a rocket thruster. This is called outgassing. But comets have tails. We can see the gas. Oumuamua had no tail, no gas, no dust, no heat signature. It was a dry, dead rock that somehow had an engine. It deviated from its calculated trajectory by a massive margin. It was being pushed by an invisible force.
This led Professor Avi Loeb, the chair of the astronomy department at Harvard University, to propose a controversial theory. He said, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, maybe it's a duck. He suggested that Oumuamua was artificial. He proposed it was a light sail. A light sail is a piece of technology, a thin, reflective sheet that uses the pressure of sunlight to push itself forward, just like wind pushes a boat. This explains the acceleration perfectly. As it got close to the sun, the solar radiation hit the sail and pushed it faster. It also explains why it was so thin and flat. If Avi Loeb is right, Oumuamua wasn't a rock. It was a piece of alien technology. Maybe it was a probe sent to scan our solar system. Or maybe it was space junk. A broken piece of a giant alien structure that drifted into our neighborhood by accident. The scientific community attacked Loeb. They hated the idea. They came up with other theories. Maybe it was a hydrogen iceberg that evaporated invisibly, but hydrogen ice would have evaporated before it got here. Maybe it was a dust bunny made of loose rock, but the spin would have ripped it apart. Every natural explanation has a flaw. The artificial explanation fits the data best, but it is the hardest one to accept. Because if it is true, it changes everything. Think about the timing. We have been scanning the sky for decades. Why do we see this now? Is it a coincidence? Or did they notice our radio signals? Remember, we have been broadcasting TV and radio for 100 years. That bubble of noise has reached deep into space. Did Oumuamua come to check out the noise? And if it was a scout, did it send a signal back home? Target acquired. Life detected. Third planet from the star. We will never know for sure. Oumuamua is gone. It is currently moving past the orbit of Neptune, heading back into the eternal blackness of deep space. We can't catch it, but it left us with a warning. The solar system is not a closed room. It is a busy highway, and we are just standing on the side of the road, watching the cars go by, wondering who is driving them. In 2019, we found a second interstellar object, Comet Borisov. This one did look like a normal comet. This proves that interstellar visitors are common. So, the question is not, will another one come? The question is, when the next one comes, will it stop? I am your host. Keep watching the skies. Subscribe.